Hey everybody. Thank you for joining me for a special video of the Outhouse review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Spiderco Paramilitary 2. Made in the USA, of course, and the steel is CMP S45VN. So this knife has a good bit of sentimental value for me. This was gifted to me the day my daughter was born from my wife. So she knew I've been kind of, everybody's got those knives that they look at for a long time. They really want, maybe pretty expensive, so we don't pull the trigger on it. So this is a very, very special knife to me. So we're going to take it down here to the stump top and start doing a little bit of knife stuff with it. Okay, like I said, now this knife has a lot of sentimental value. Most of the knives I have are of a budget variety, but I do got a few that are on the more higher end price range. But like I said, now this one here was a memento gift for the day my daughter was born. So, however, I do use it, and we're going to do the review today in honor of my daughter. So, we'll start right off the bat. We'll work on some wood here. And this knife absolutely came wicked sharp. Now, I know I don't do a lot of your standard knife review tests. A lot of people cut paracord and paper and everything, but typically my life kind of out in the woods and stuff. I'm more focused on wood processing and animal processing, though there is usually a lot of cord cutting of different varieties. There we go, just that short order, no problem. Just this up just a hair, guys. All right, now we'll take it to the old ugly stick. We still got some of that thing left. Okay, everybody, we're gonna still got some of that old ugly piece of pine left, so we're gonna get right in there. This thing's like absolutely no resistance whatsoever. I mean, it's just absolutely eating this thing alive. This is very good blade material as far as the higher end super steels kind of go. This is a pretty good steel. It does hold its edge very well. It does have a good, decent 90-degree spine on it. Now, if I was to me, everything I always say there's positives and negatives. The only thing I would change on this blade, me personally, and it's just a lot of people that's watched me regular knows my gripe. That, granted, I understand this is a folding pocket knife, and there's definitely design limitations to that. But I would have been happier with just a small hole with a thumb stud. But I get it. That's Spiderco's thing, the Spidey flick and everything. This has a compression lock in the back, which I wasn't really too sure about, to be honest, when I first got it, because I'm more used to, liner or your frame locks. However, I have to admit that has worked very well. I've not had any issues with it. And there's also some jimping on that. Through here and up onto the very back end of the knife. Thumb fits pretty good in there. And that's another thing I really like about this knife, having extra large hands. That's a very generous handle, and it's very well ergonomics for my hand. It's fantastic. It fits in, locks in great, easy to manipulate. It's also easy to flip your blade around, so camp task, peeling potatoes, whatnot. A lot of people may not think that's a very big deal, but something I actually really like to be able to do with my knife. If I'm doing a food prep, I like to be able to be comfortable to use when the blade facing back towards you, like if you're peeling something like an apple or, like I said, a potato. And if I would have thought I should have brought a potato here to peel for you guys, but I'm afraid I didn't think of that. And you may hear some rain there in the background. I apologize for that, but it's been nothing but rainy here as of late. So let me come cut back to you here in just a minute. Okay, now with this, it was like I said, a very important gift to me, but it's also nice that I was very confident, especially after having it for 2 years now and using it. It's one of the ones you'd ask, is this good enough to bet your life on? Do you trust this if you had to rely on it? And I can definitely say that this knife is absolutely fantastic. Very well made. I do know they're extremely expensive, so I do understand that. But if you ever decide that you do want to get a more high-end knife, I know the Paramilitary 3's been pretty popular, and it's just a bit smaller version than this one. I can't speak on it. I never had that knife, never used it, but I can definitely speak on the Paramilitary 2 by Spiderco. And if anybody was ever in question of the quality of this knife, like I said, I will personally attest to its quality. I think you could buy that and still use it and not have to worry about damaging it, provided you don't, go crazy with it and abuse it. Now, it's still a folding pocket knife, and it has quite an acute tip. So you got to understand that, this, you can't really be prying too much on that, or you will snap that tip. But that's just how it is with most pocket knives. They're more for slicing and making fine cuts, and often for woodsmen, you can do a lot of whittling tasks with your pocket knife, and I've done quite a bit with that, especially with that acute point and getting there and doing some fine detail work. But like I said, if you're wanting a higher end pocket knife, I can highly recommend this one. But again, everybody, I greatly appreciate y'all watching. And like I said, this is making this video a dedication for my daughter. And follow that. I'll see y'all in another video.